following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WZWA Network, and welcome to my review show here of Impact Wrestling Final Resolution 2023 from December 9th. It is now the 12th here, and it would be the 11th in the US right now, so I do apologize for taking so long to get this review done. But, you know, sometimes these things just take some time, right? Because, you know, I had to watch NXT Deadline. You know, it takes a while. I can't watch 2 pay-per-views in a day. I can only do that like once a year when it comes to, you know, WrestleMania weekend. Anywho, this show is from the Don Kolov Arena in Mississauga, I don't know, Ontario, Canada. So look, this is the final fucking Impact Wrestling show before they rebrand to TNA. So this is pretty wild, man. And I'm hoping that this change back to TNA changes some things for the company, okay? And I'm going to get into that in this review, and you better stick around for it, because I was up watching this till God knows what time in the morning yesterday, so that's why I didn't record the review until now, and I'm clear-headed. Fuck. Got to put my glasses on. Doesn't matter. I'll get through it. First match on the countdown to resolution. PCO takes on Jessie V. PCO about to destroy somebody here. I just wish he was in an angle or something that meant something going into this show. Also, where's Steve Macklin, for Christ's sake? What is going on? Why is he not on this show? Why is Bully Ray not on the show? I feel like the last few weeks have just been complete throwaway for Impact. I feel like they're just waiting to do all the good shit when it becomes TNA. Maybe they're saving a little bit of money or something like that, because they're putting out a lot of clip shows. You know, there's an Impact Wrestling where they went down to AAA and you know, wrestled in Mexico there, that was cool, but there was no stories or angles on the show. You know, they did that thing that they do where they pretend to be an old wrestling company. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I tried to watch it. But the first thing that I saw was Josh Matthews wearing a fake black mustache, and I turned it off. I'm like, nah, I can't put up with that. Anyway, PCO clearly going to dominate this one. No way he's losing it. Jessie V hit a nice splash of PCO, but PCO was not phased by it, as is tradition. Jessie did a great job making PCO look good. I must give him props. This is the first time I've seen Jessie V perform. PCO Salt got the win, 5 minutes, 25 seconds. Continued momentum from PCO. Jake Something cuts a stock standard promo about Impact. Oh, man, I spelled that wrong too, didn't I? Impact being gone after tonight. Jason Hotch, though, from The Good Hands. I haven't seen them both together in a while, just saying. I know one of them, I think that the partner just had a baby, I think. Come on, bro, get back to work. Hotch hits him with a chair a few times in the span. And Jake went down, and at least it built some sort of heat for their cold match later on. Thank you. Coming up next, I'm guessing these are 2 local guys. Aiden Prince takes on Jack Price. I had no idea who these guys were. They went back and forth to start, as per usual. Price took charge early after this, and you know what? Prince was bumping wildly for it. I liked Prince's bumping. Prince made the comeback and was impressive. So you know what? Now Price is making him look good. Well done, boys. You had each other's backs for this one. Jack Price hit I think they called it the pressure check. I think it was called the pressure check to win the match. Jack Price got his first win in Impact here over Aiden Prince, and it was emphatic. Emphatic, meaning it was, you know, pretty solid win. 6 minutes, 31 seconds. So Prince and Price there. And I'm going to make note of them and try and see if I can find some more information about them. Just so I know, just so I learn. I have to keep learning. I can't just keep thinking, oh, yeah, no, I'll never see them again. Trinity and Jordynne Grace interview with Gia Miller is next. It was standard as per usual. Jordynne bragged about winning the title. Excuse me. Wow. I did not. I should have gone over these notes prior. So Trinity's talking about being champion. They're teaming together tonight on the pay-per-view. Jordynne bragged about winning the belt twice, as many times as Trinity, which is twice. And Trinity's only won it once. And then Trinity started talking about how, well, she's only had it once because she's never actually lost the title, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I'm trying to think. I don't know what's going on because I've always been a fan of Naomi. I always thought WWE could have done more with her. I always thought that they could do something with that character. But for whatever reason in Impact, since being there, something's not clicking with Trinity, bro. Something is not clicking. She's just... There have been times where she's been pretty good. The match with Mickie James was pretty good. But there have been some matches where I'm like, geez, her timing is completely off. Her timing is off. The character stuff, cutting the promos, it's not feeling natural to me. I don't know what's going on. Is it just in my head? Am I making this up in my head? Or is this true? Is Trinity not firing on all cylinders so far since being an Impact? I think she needs to be challenged. Something needs to happen that really puts her through her paces, and hopefully Jordynne Grace can do that, because if Mickie pulled it out of her, someone else needs to. But Trinity, I don't know. She's got to snap out of it somehow. But then again, maybe other people don't even notice these things. Maybe it's just in my head. Okay, let's continue on. Frankie Kazarian takes on Sheldon Jean. So this is Sheldon's first match out on his own without Kenny King, as Kenny has left Impact Wrestling. Frankie has just finished up a very personal, drawn-out feud with Eddie Edwards. So I fully expect a victory for Frankie here. Well, you know, what would have it done for Sheldon Jean to get a win over Frankie Kazarian here? That's a bit ridiculous. Oh, that drink's 6%. Okay. That's why when I took a sip, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hell. Okay. Let's get on with this. Frankie's theme song. Dope, bro. Dope. But yeah, you know, sometimes I'll just like to see a surprise win for someone, you know. But anyway, I'm still waiting for the day where I say Frankie Kazarian has lost a step. And I don't think that day is coming anytime soon. The dude's still... He still wrestles the way that he did back in the day. Like, you have to be honest. Sorry, I had to pause it then to cough. That drink really got me. Frankie went for his patented springboard leg drop and hit hard on the outside, and his selling felt real, bro. Frankie ended up looking in the chicken wing out of nowhere and got the submission win. So Frankie gets the win, continues his momentum going into the new TNA era. He goes over in 6:23. Let's get to the pay-per-view. Does anyone really give a shit about my analysis on the pre-shows? Probably not, but I feel like if I don't do it, then I'm being lazy. First matchup here for Final Resolution after the usual video package. Impact World Tag Team titles on the line. The ABC, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, taking on Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards with Alisha Edwards at ringside. So obviously the ABC are defending their tag titles. They haven't had any TV for the last few weeks that has furthered any kind of storylines. As I just said, you know, even the AAA Ultra Clash, that they had some promos where people were talking about their matches on the pay-per-view, but there was no real interaction between people that were working together on this show. Pardon me. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Oh, okay. So I don't know why Eddie and Brian are a tag team here. You know, I'm thinking, can we not bring Subculture in for a title rematch? That makes sense, but I guess that means they'd have to fly them in from the UK. So then it would cost too much. I'm guessing that's what's going on. That's going on here. Subculture were there for a certain amount of time, and the visa ran out, and they went back to the UK. So you know what? Being real serious here, real honest. When TNA comes back, man, come on. I'm begging the company, please beef up the tag division. Come on, man. It's the same teams. It's the same people. We need a fresh team or two fresh teams. And I don't want people that are just singles wrestlers on the roster just shoved together. You know, I don't want a team of Rich Swann and fucking... I can't think of anyone else. You know, I don't want... is Rich Swann still there? I don't know. Because, you know, a few people are leaving. Deonna's leaving. Kenny King's just left. Anywho. I don't know if... I've heard rumors that the Butcher and the Blade are also leaving AEW because the Bunny's left. Bring the three in. I don't know if they're allowed to use those gimmicks. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'd hope so. I'd hope Tony wouldn't give a shit because he never did anything with all three of them anyway. Bring in Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny from AEW because they're lost in the shuffle there if they're still there. They just need a few more established big man teams. I'm sure there's other teams I can think, you know, that can be put together or some independent wrestling. Like, come on, like, ask the NWA if you could bring in the Fixers for 4 months. I don't know. Because they're not doing lots in the NWA at the moment because the US tag titles are busy. The world tag title scene's busy. Fixers ain't doing anything for a while. Slap the Fixers in Impact for a bit. Wrestling should be doing more loaning of talent. Like when, you know, the English Premier League, where they, you know, a player's on loan for 6 months to another company. Or another team, sorry. Let's get back on with the match, hey? The ABC dominated early. Eddie and Brian managed to cut Chris Bay off and the heat began. Alisha Edwards was the star of this match as far as I'm concerned. Great job at ringside, just mouthing off. Chris Bay ends up near the ropes, and the way she choked Chris Bay on the ropes and slapped him afterward was excellent. She came across like a little bitch, and it's just fucking great, man. She's so, oh God, I can't think of the word. Obnoxious. So despite what I said before, I thought Brian and Eddie were working pretty well together as a team. Pretty good back and forth. I don't know why, but I felt like it for a second, just a second, that Myers and Edwards might win this. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. But the ABC did retain with the 1-2 sweet. Is that what it's called? Yeah. After the match, the Rascalz attacked the ABC. The ABC entered the new TNA era as tag team champions. 11 minutes, 36 seconds. Let's keep going. A great little reviewer. Keep going. There's a promo backstage with Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. They talk about the main event against the Motor City Machine Guns, bro. Zack Sabre Jr.'s accent pops me. What did he call the walking weapon? The walk-in bollocks. Did he say bollocks? No, it wasn't bollocks. Fuck. He didn't say bollocks. He said something else. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, he was making me laugh, bro. He wasn't even trying. It's just the English accent's my favorite accent, I think. Anyway, coming up next, Alisha Edwards just starts charging out to the ring with a microphone, rags on the crowd. She gets a lot of hate because she's a hot bogan, dude. She comes across really annoying. It's a fucking bitch. She's really hot, bro. This is great stuff. So, you know, I think her being annoying makes her hotter. Santino Marella interrupted with his sick theme song, and he gives Alisha a match with Jody threat for not getting out of the ring. So obviously, I'm assuming Jody's winning this one, but it would suck for the Hills to go 0-2 on the show. It'd be great heat if Alisha managed to win against a Canadian. I'm pretty sure Jody's Canadian. Alisha dominated the early goings. I think she's in dire need of a storyline where we get to know who Jody Threat is. Eddie and Brian Myers got ejected. Jody dove onto them on the outside because they refused to leave, and it was excellent. She just did a somersault flip off the top. It was great. Probably spot of the match. At least they did a pre-show angle to make this match feel less like a cold match. Excuse me, I just put my fan on me because it's summer in Australia and my office becomes a fucking sauna after a while. Just need a towel and like 5 old men in here and it becomes a real sauna. Alisha's voice is tremendous. She sounds like such a cow. Jody closed in and hit the pop shove it for the win. It's an F5, dude. It's a fucking F5. Jody gets some needed momentum on a pay-per-view match, and Alisha goes back to the drawing board. Jody Threat in 7 minutes 44. Let's move forward. Impact Digital Media title match. Tommy Dreamer, champion, defending against Deonna. I'm guessing they were saving money again on flights. I have a feeling that some of the shit that they're doing recently has been to save some money because they're putting a whole bunch of money into something, and I'm assuming it's the return of TNA. Or maybe it's for some contracts or something like that, because they didn't bring in Big Con. Big Con was not flown in for this show or used on this show. Deanna's by himself. And, there was no sign of crazy stay on this one. So this is Tommy Dreamer's second digital media title defense. Deonna gets a title shot. I'm not sure how he qualified for one. Maybe Deanna's Canadian and he lives and he's the cheaper option than booking someone else. I don't know. But Deonna has not won a fucking match in I don't know how long. I haven't seen Deonna go over on anyone, bro. I know I'm nitpicking though. Deonna cooked control early. No, Deonna took control early, and Tommy sold. You know what? Okay. I hate to say this. I hate that this is going up the main channel. But my friend Adam Blast said the other day, he said, I know that Tommy Dreamer started wearing Dusty Rhodes's yellow polka dots, but did he need to try and start taking the American Dream's body shape as well? I'm being honest, and I'm not saying that to be mean, okay? When he said it, it did make me laugh because I was like, Jesus Christ. But he needs to shave a few pounds. At his age now, he's a bit older now. Can't be that overweight, bro. Come on, man. We know what weight you're supposed to be, or you have been over the years. I don't care what people say, okay? And you see them before what their body looks like. They can't be of that weight. It's not good for your heart, bro, to be carrying all that extra fat. Sorry, that's body shaming. Nope. Just concerned about someone's health because it's not healthy. Fun spot with Deonna eating boot as he came off the ropes, and he took forever to fall down, a la Triple H. I don't know who he did it with. Was it Randy Orton? I can't fucking remember. Dreamer fought back and did his usual Dusty Rhodes impression with the bionic elbow. But Deonna kept on him. I knew Deonna was losing, so I felt bad for him. Deonna grabbed the title belt, went to use it. This was a great spot. He went to use the title belt. The referee got really in his face. She's a new referee. She looks quite young. I was like, is she like 16 or something? But she stopped him. And then had thrown it to the ground when some other shit went on. And then he grabbed the belt again, tied it onto the top turnbuckle. Turned around, but then eventually Tommy Dreamer hit a slingshot on Deonna into the title belt in the corner, then a Dreamer DDT finishes the match. Dreamer retains. 11 minutes, 38 seconds. It was entertaining. The Rascalz cut a promo about what they just did, and then Santino shows up and makes the Trey Miguel Mike Bailey singles match a tag team match, and the match is happening now. Mike Bailey and a mystery opponent will be taking on the Rascalz, Trey, Miguel, and Zachary Wentz. And I just told you what happened 2 seconds ago that got to this. The Rascalz were looking for another Impact World Tag Team title shot, or they have been. So a win here would be important for them, right? Mike Bailey had a mystery partner. He comes out, and I'm like, who's Trent Seven? I don't know who he is. And I'm like, how do I not know? I'm like, no, I'm not being a dickhead, okay? He comes out, and the commentators are going nuts. The fans are making a reaction, a pretty loud reaction. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I've been a wrestling fan since 1998. I've been reviewing Impact, NXT, NWA, some MLW, WWE, AEW for like fucking 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. And I'm like, how do I not know this guy? How do I not know who he is? What did I do wrong to be so out of the loop that I don't know who the fuck Trent Seven is? What is wrong with me? And I'm like, have I seen him before and I just forgot or something? And I'm thinking, I wrote something here. I'm like, I don't want to be negative, but if they want to draw in casual fans, they need to give a lot more context than expecting the viewer to be well-versed in English wrestling. But the guy was in NXT UK. I should have known. He's in Rev Pro and all that shit too. It just would have helped to get some context, just for me, just because I'm greedy. We have someone like Juventud Guerrero show up, then, that's one thing. But this I wasn't sure about. But again, I think it's on me, and I'm sorry. I never watched NXT UK. By the time I wanted to start reviewing that shit, they were winding the thing down, and they didn't have a takeover. Anywho, the fans chant Speedball Mountain, which I thought was quite funny as the match began, because what's Trent Seven's tag team, like Mustache Mountain or something like that? I felt bad that I didn't know who he was again, because clearly the fans are stoked. The Rascalz had the usual heat. I don't know what to say. I feel, oh, wow. Look at me be a little fucking shit. This one. I didn't think this was that bad, but apparently at the time, I felt really uninterested in this, but I implore all the viewers out there of this review that I was going to try. Wentz was full of shenanigans in this one. You could tell he was in a bit of a silly mood, mate. Brent. Oh my God, bro. Trent faked a chop, which Trey ducked for. So he went to chop him, Trey ducked, and then he got DDT'd. Suck shit, bro. And that was a great spot, Trent. You won me over with that, bro. You won me over. Hearing the fans chant TNA makes me really hope they end up okay. Tom Hannafin, when I believe it was Trey Miguel and Mike Bailey were kind of fighting and using, karate type moves. Fuck, it was really good, bro. It was really good. And Matt Raywalk cut him off, but Tom Hannafin started going, everybody was kung fu. And then like he hit the notes so well as well. Everybody was kung fu. And Matt Raywalk cut him off and he was like, don't ever do that again. Please, bro, do that again. That fucking made me laugh so much. Like, there's no way anyone in the back was producing the commentators, if they even do that in Impact. There's no way anyone was getting into the microphone and telling Tom to start singing Kung Fu Fighting. He did it to pop Matt Raywalk, I guarantee you, and everyone in the back. Dickhead. Oh, man. Trent was impressive, I have to say. I love that spin kick that Bailey did into a dragon suplex. That was wild. They ended up being, yes, there we go. This ended up being a very good match despite my poor attitude. Excuse me, everyone. The ABC came out to confront the Rascalz and they turned around into an acai moonsault from Speedball. Burning hammer into an Ultimo weapon. And Bailey and Trent retain. Very nice. The plot thickens with the Rascalz and the ABC, and Bailey and Trent Seven get a solid win. And I'm right. Hopefully Trent sticks around. Well, I never. After winning that match in 15 minutes, 13 seconds, I would hope that somebody that comes into this company and gets a win over established talent that have been there for ages, like, I don't know, when Ospreay came in and just fucking clean swept everyone that he wrestled. Like, fuck me, man. And Okada's coming in, and it's just, the deal wouldn't be to come in and lose. There's no way that's happening. D'Amore comes out after the match. He's totally offering Trent a contract because there's a thing sticking out of his back pocket. I heard, okay, before I continue on with this, I heard that this TNA Plus app or streaming thing, again with that fucking drink, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to pause this for a second. Sorry. Fuck. I'm acting like a little bitch. I can't even handle 1.6% drink without coughing every time I fucking have a sip. Come on. I really hope that this new app that they're on, or this streaming thing, which is apparently a part of Endeavor or TKO. Well, I really hope that they ended up getting taken over by TKO. And then maybe like they get fucking filtered some more money and they get their name out there a little bit more as TNA Wrestling. And then maybe every now and then WWE sends people over to TNA. I don't fucking know. But wouldn't it be great? Because then you'd have a real challenger for number 2. Scott offers Trent a new contract, and now I have done some Googling. Yes, he also wrestled in AEW, Trent Seven. So this is on me for not knowing him, to be honest with you. Motor City Machine Guns see a scene backstage. Fuck, I hope Norman picked up on that one. A scene backstage talking about the match in the main event against Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. Wow, that's all I had to say about it. You know why? Because I see the Motor City Machine Gun standing there about to talk, and I already know everything that they're going to say. And I don't mean to say that as a negative Nancy, but you know when, okay, I remember when I keep going down these fucking branching off and shit in this review. But I remember when I first started watching AEW Dynamite, I was like, this is a pretty good little show. Maybe I was wrong about this. But then after you watch like 6 or 7 weeks of it, and they do the same fucking thing over and over again, interview interruptions backstage, cookie cutter, cut and paste techniques, you start realizing, oh, it's really simple. And they're not putting in a lot of thought and effort to make this different every week. We're not shooting different things backstage in different places in the building or in the arena. And then I start getting a little bit annoyed as time wears on when I start seeing the same thing over and over again. When things are on repeat constantly, I start to get a little bit frustrated and I don't like it. So, okay, I see the Motor City Machine Guns maybe cut a promo 2 years ago when I first started reviewing Impact. Probably wouldn't have thought much about it. But then like when you like on your 12th one, 2 years later, you're probably like, whatever, like, you know, there's nothing against them. It's just they need someone to write them some verbiage that makes the situation interesting. And I'm dying for a storyline, bro. Give me a story fucking line. God, what's happening to me? What's going on with me? I can't believe I'm getting impatient with Impact. I said that their creative last year was the best creative in pro wrestling. And it was. There were a lot of stories going on. But I feel like they're slowly but surely like becoming kind of more like AEW, where they're just making it about the wrestling and not about the story. And it doesn't have to be a soap opera, mate. It can be like just a fucking legitimate wrestling angle. Sorry, I should get on with this review, shouldn't I? Singles match, Jake something versus Jason Hotch. So this has no background other than Hotch hitting something in the back with a chair during the countdown show. Hotch comes out on the mic, says Jake won't be able to perform tonight, but has something to get off his chest. And then he didn't even get to say what he needed to get off his chest. And then Jake something made his entrance. And Hotch is up shit creek with a turd for a paddle. Hotch jumped Jake as he got in the ring, and then, yeah, you knew that Hotch was going to cop it here. You know what? Oh man, I've written here, I was getting impatient for the show to end. It's not Impact Wrestling's fault. It just takes me so long to watch these pay-per-views sometimes. I start to get burned out. I start to think to myself, fuck man, when am I going to get some time to myself? I've been trying to watch this new Leo DiCaprio movie that came out, I don't know. It's about the Native American thing from obviously many years ago. And it's really good, but like I'm on my 4th try of trying to finish the fucking thing off because I have to keep watching pro wrestling pay-per-views. Hotch went for a pin and got a 1 and said to the ref, "What do you mean 1?" Brilliant, bro. Brilliant. I'm going to try and get in touch with Jason Hotch because I have another similar thing that he should use in future. That's similar to that kind of comment, which got a rise out of the crowd. I'm not giving it away. Jake was selling the batch. Fuck, come on, man. The back, which stopped him from putting Hotch away earlier than he had hoped, but then he hit into the void for another predictable win. Not a bloody clue what's going on with them going forward. You know what I want? I want the other guy from the Good Hands to come back, and I want them to win the fucking tag titles, okay? Because I want something different for that fucking division. I gotta stop swearing. But you know what? I feel like they really stopped trying before the new TNA era was to begin because, again, the last few weeks, not real much story going on. There's been clip shows. The post Bound for Glory show was just like a recap of Bound for Glory. Something's going on, like they're saving some money, I think, for something. I don't know what, not Jake. Coming up next, Rhino takes on Moose in this grudge match here. Moose cracked it at Rhino a few episodes of Impact ago, and it's led to this and wanting to retire and end Rhino's career. I thought this build was very weak. I was sure, though, that the match would be good. A stalemate begins the proceedings of this bout between Moose and Rhino, that big bastard. Moose got DQ'd super early. Sorry. Yes, he did. Sorry. And then I was like, I bet this becomes a street fight. There's no way that they're going to a fucking DQ after like 1 minute, 40 seconds. What the fuck is that? Oh, fuck. What a typo. A wink. Rhino requested a street fight. Moose says no. Dave Penza announces, I've got word from Santino Marella that this match happens now. Moose says he doesn't care. And then Penza goes, and I have further word. If Moose won't do it, he loses his world title match at Hard to Kill. And it's just like, oh my God, bro. This is so funny. It's just like, like no matter what Moose did, it was getting worse and worse for him. And he's just like, fuck, man. Moose attacked Rhino's right hand early on and then belted him with a chair. Rhino hit tossed Moose. Excuse me. Rhino powerbombed Moose through a table for a 2 count. Moose got hip tossed onto a ladder in the corner, and it was so sick, bro. Moose hit into the ladder. The bottom of the ladder bent. The bottom of it bent, like in a very weird angle that you would think that it would be stuck in that angle. But then when Moose came flying back off it, it went boom, straight back as well. I was like, holy shit, dude. That looked wicked. I don't know why. This was the palate cleanser the show needed. We needed a bit of hardcore. Rhino hit a gore when the referee was down. And a new referee got in the ring. And Rhino went for a gore on Moose through a table in the corner. But he gored the referee through the table by accident because Moose pulled him in the way. Great stuff. Moose then speared Rhino. And the first referee that got knocked down before, he counts 3. Moose goes into Hard to Kill with momentum as he challenges Alex Shelley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So the winner, 1 minute 57 was the first one for Rhino for the DQ win, and then Moose won in 7 minutes 51 seconds. Frankie Kazarian cuts a promo. Oh my God, dude. Okay. All right. Dude. He's talking about being back in Impact Wrestling, blah, blah, blah. Excited for the future of TNA, blah, blah, blah. He's happy he's not in a company that is somebody's vanity project. And I'm like, yes, Frankie, thank you. Oh, finally somebody fucking said something. Happy to see he wasn't signed an NDA and he can actually just say what he fucking feels, all right? Oh, and I bet some AEW fans be like, fuck you. You could be an AEW, bro. Like, no. He wanted to do something at this point of his career that meant something, not be on the sidelines doing nothing. Oh, I loved it. Because you know what? It is Tony's vanity project. It's true. Coming up next, tag team match. Jordynne Grace and Trinity take on Deonna Purrazzo and Gisele V. So we know Jordynne and Trinity are battling soon for the Knockouts World title. This is Deonna's last match for the company. Sad. I don't know where she's going. Don't make me say it again, but please don't go to AEW. Come on, man. Tony, don't even think about hiring her. Seriously. Somebody please tell Deonna and tell Tony Khan not to have negotiations, please. Please, someone convince Tony Khan not to hire another person. Please. You have one women's match a show, maybe two a pay-per-view. One of them's probably on the pre-show. Don't hire her. You're going to waste like a whole bunch of her prime. If anything, I think Deonna should maybe spend 6 months in Japan at Stardom. Something different. Plus, you know, Stardom have just lost Mariah May because she went to AEW. I don't know why she did that, but they need another, you know, what is it, Gaijin? I don't know what they call American wrestlers. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, look, I'm sorry to say this. Wow. Trinity has become one of those bland performers on the roster since she came back and started here in Impact Wrestling, okay? I'm going to try and be constructive with my criticism here. I'm not going to be someone that's just going to trash her and say that she's bland, very, very bland. I'm going to be, she needs a fresh coat of paint, okay? She needs to reinvent herself. The glow thing has run its course. You've been hanging your hat on that for way too long. You've got to do something different. Remember, I think I even mentioned this later. Yeah, I did. Okay. Jericho came back in, I don't know what year, 2007 or something to WWE. And he was Y2J and he had the John Bon Jovi haircut and it wasn't working. It was just and he knew it. He's like, I had to do something completely different. I had to change my look. And he wore the little tights instead. And he wore the suits and he talked slowly and he did something different. I'll give him credit there, you know? Something's got to change with Trinity here, okay? I don't know if anyone else feels this way. Please, someone in the comments, if you've got this far into the review, let me know what you think of Trinity. Let me know what you think of her run in Impact so far, because I honestly think she's boring as a babyface champion. She still hasn't been pinned. She still hasn't lost a match. I haven't seen her in peril in one angle so far. Like, someone throw her through a fucking plate glass window or something. Someone hurt her. Someone injure her. I want to see something big happen. I want a big time fucking heel, like a Megan Bain or something. Like, I don't know, some Camille. Bring Camille in as a heel and have her fucking lay her the fuck out. Do something. Come on. Like, why is it with women's wrestling lately? There's not one fucking storyline that actually is something that they can sink their teeth into creatively. What, Jordynne won a fucking battle royal and that's where we go? Like, I'm sick of Trinity facing the fucking other baby faces. Get her a heel. Turn Jordynne heel. I don't fucking know. I've sworn too much now. We can't monetize this video. But we need a heel. She needs a fucking formidable challenger. She needs someone to come in wanting to hurt her. Bring in Lindsay Snow. She can work. Bring her in. She's like the New Day Luna Vachon. You can call her the lunatic. Lindsay Snow, or the anarchistic lunatic Lindsay Snow. Bring her in, have her be the crazy tattooed bitch. She comes after Trinity. She leaves her fucking pissing out with blood. I don't know if they do blood at Impact, but they should in TNA. But someone come in and just rock the fucking boat in that women's division. I'm getting so sick and tired of this. It's boring, bro. It's boring. I need to see a different side of Trinity. I need to see a different side of Jordynne Grace. The promos are not inspiring. Trinity is stuck in a habit with her in-ring stuff, and it's not innovative like it should be. I'm a little bit over her, I guess you could say. I think she just needs a complete overhaul. I always thought she was money in WWE, but I didn't. But WWE didn't know what to do with her character. And again, the promos and ring work since being an Impact haven't blown me away. Anywho, I wonder where Deonna will go from here, as usual. You know, I'm always worried about her. You know, maybe MLW needs a shot in the arm of their women's division. They could bring Deonna Purrazzo. So the match was good from the outset. Gisele really has improved with her aggression, as I say every single time. Trinity got a hot tag and does her usual shtick. Trinity hit a sick insecurity. I'll give her props to that insecurity. I was like, okay, that was good. Jordynne charged in. They had a schmick finish planned. And they did this double pin on Deonna, right? I can't remember what the fucking thing was. Okay, that's right. She hit the full Nelson bomb, which is like a Bubba bomb, you know, the full Nelson bomb where they sit down and then she rolls them over. And then like Jordynne Grace was going to like jump over the top and do kind of like almost like a sunset flip pin. And I don't know what happened, but it looked like Trinity just like let go too early of the back of Deonna's legs. And as Jordynne's trying to like hold onto the legs of Deonna, fuck me, in this sunset flip thing, like Deonna, they were just like moving. It looked awkward. And the finish was shit because of it. And I'm blaming Trinity for it. I'm blaming her for it. Her timing was off. 11 minutes, 1 second. Fuck, man. They're going to battle at TNA Hard to Kill. That's Grace and Trinity. And I wrote, to be honest, I don't want either of them to win. I'd rather Kyle and King be in this position. I am bored by both of these characters. After the match, Deonna and Gisele argue in the ring and go to shake hands, and they do so. But then Gisele laid Deonna out. Like, was that necessary? I know she's leaving, but come on. You need to get taken out by another heel. Like, great. Moose has finally got it through to my brain. Yes, because I didn't know when it was the final Impact show. He's finally, everyone's been saying it all night. This is the actual final show under the Impact Wrestling name. And he's confident that he will win the world title on January 13th. Okay, let's get to our main event of the evening. I can't believe this has gone nearly an hour. Fuck. Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. Where's my water gone? Fuck. Take on the Motor City Machine Guns in the final match in Impact Wrestling history. The only background to this is the fact that Josh Alexander unsuccessfully challenged Shelley to the belt, at Bound for Glory. Okay, let's get through this. You know, it is cool that the Motor City Machine Guns are truly on top of Impact Wrestling now, coming out with the two main titles. You know, there's all this hype about Zack Sabre Jr. I'm not going to bag him out. He's very good at what he does. But I'm just waiting to see a different side of him. Again, I can only see a certain thing a certain amount of times and enjoy it. But then after like the 15th time, I'm like, okay, come on, like do something a bit different. Like, come on. You can't do the same thing every time. Like, yeah, just like some sort of storyline. I don't know, but he's only popping in here for a cup of coffee. So I just don't get it. Maybe I'm never going to get it. But for me, I'll be like, I need angles. I need stories. I can't just be doing stuff just because of the moves. Like, are you serious? I feel uninspired, but maybe that's because I'm more of a story guy. Like, people blew their load over him and Danielson, and I thought it was boring because it didn't kick into another high gear at all. And by the end of it didn't look like either of them were even sweating. I thought Josh should pin Alex here and make Hard to Kill with Moose a triple threat match. There was a long heat and good back and forth with Zack being involved too. I was also wondering, where's Eric Young on this show? Oh, man, okay. During this match, Okada was announced to be in a fucking 6-man tag at Snake Eyes. And I'm like, come on. So sick of multi-man matches. I know the fans are enjoying this match, but it did not spark my interest because I was like, I want an angle. Give me some story. Give me an angle. This is the last Impact Wrestling show. Give me an angle. Make me think, oh, what's going to happen at Hard to Kill? Don't just have this clean slate at Hard to Kill. Come on. Fucking make me think about it. Make me be like, fuck, what the fuck happened there? I want a cliffhanger for this show. They were given heaps of time, bro. 28 minutes and 8 seconds. There was lots of suspense. Josh hit Sabin with a C4 spike and gets the win. And I don't know what that does to move us forward in any sense. Unless Josh goes for the X Division title, which I do not recommend because it makes no sense. But I wanted more from this show. I wanted Impact to really make a stand here to show what was to come. What we mostly got were matches with a lack of build. And I hope Hard to Kill blows my mind. I hope that when TNA Wrestling comes back, we don't get throwaway shows like this. I want the ante upped every single time I see Impact Wrestling. You don't have to go crazy. We don't need barbed wire and all that shit every single show. We don't need tables every single show, but I want some unpredictability. I want some changes, some fresh coats of paint for some characters. I want there to be some people in peril where you have to see a different side of themselves. I want character development. I don't want it to be like if I turn off Impact Wrestling and don't watch for 3 months, then come back, nothing's changed. Or it just seems like the same thing. I want something to sink my teeth into. Watch some of those old Impact shows, okay? Whatever you got to say about Vince Russo, look at the way he did his thing, right? And if there's mistakes that were made, avoid those types of mistakes, but let's try and pile the shows with a bit more story, a bit more character development. Come on. We've got to be hooked. This is a male soap opera. All right. I'll leave it there. I'll give Final Resolution a 6.5 out of 10. Not saying it's a bad show, but I just expected a little bit more. Thank all of you out there for joining me here on the WZWA network for my Impact Wrestling Final Resolution 2023 review. Please check out the Slam Society on the WZWA, from the WZWA network, our Patreon, links in the description. Also, ProWrestlingTees.com. Buy the shirt. Come on, buy the shirt. Karlifornia. See you guys next time. Thank you.
Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we play. Get.
All announcement has been paid for by the WZWA network.